everyone, I'm Rochelle Chernowski. This is Shell Point Today for Wednesday, July 31st. On today's show, our seamstress demonstrates a new line of custom-made clothes that look good and are easy to put on. We'll also meet Joy, Ellyn, Ryan, and Tim Brady, who created an inspirational garden you can visit with hidden treasures for you to find. But first, understanding technology can be a daunting task, whether it's television, computers, cell phones, or even printers. Thankfully, Shell Point has a technology coordinator who offers one-on-one assistance. Brian Gainey is your personal tech support source. Not only can he fix problems with any modern device, but he also offers one-on-one tutoring on most any technological subject. And he's just a phone call away at 454-8248. Brian also offers the occasional Q&A session so that you can bring your technology questions and get a straight answer. His next technology Q&A happens this morning at 10:15 a.m. in the Social Center on the island. There's no cost and all are welcome. And now we have a different kind of problem solver. Seamstress Debbie Brito has been coming to Shell Point every Thursday afternoon for many years, offering her services for altering and repairing clothes. She's now starting her own line of clothes called Angel's Family. Each custom-made article not only looks great, but it is also comfortable and easy to put on. She's done away with buttons, zippers, and other difficult items and replaced them with Velcro. We talked with Debbie about her new line of clothing.
I'm Mary Franklin from Resort Services, and I'm here today with Deborah Brito, our seamstress here at Shell Point. She's been here since the year 2009, and Deborah comes out every Thursday at 4 o'clock in the Osprey Room. And Deborah, you have helped many people over the last several years with taking in their clothes because they've lost some weight or changing the length of clothes that they have bought. And since you've been here, it sparked the idea to kind of veer off a little bit and start up your own business. And you have designed your own line of clothes for ladies. And what's so special about these clothes?
Well, one of the things I do most for the ladies is loosen the elastic because it's too binding for them. And if they get pants that fit the waist, they don't fit the body because they just don't make them. For the changing body. So what I've done is I've made some pants that will grow or shrink with the individual. They open up with Velcro. Okay, so, and then, us ladies, we bloat.
Yes.
And stuff, so that it's also easy to get on for those ladies who have a difficulty. I know many Thursdays I'm helping somebody to put on or take off their pants.
Right.
So this way they can get their feet in and out, and then they can adjust. They could make it bigger if they need to. And in doing so, I also made them their pocket, which is very, very important for many of the ladies. And another thing that I do with the ladies is I have to help them put their tops on, and help them mess up their hair and for them to lift up their arms. And it's very painful for some ladies. So what I've done is I've taken a basic tee, I've made it in a raglan style because a raglan is one of the most universal styles. We have many ladies with different problems, and it doesn't accentuate these problems.
Right, and it doesn't wrinkle.
No. I washed and dried these all last night just to test and make sure. So then what I did with this particular style is I have 2/3 to 1/3, and it opens up in the front with Velcro. So you can put it on like a jacket and then just close it up.
So it's very fashionable, but easy for those to put on and off. You don't have to slip it over your head anymore. You just slide in, putting on a jacket. So great if you have range of motion problems or arthritis problems. This is a very comfortable outfit for someone to be able to put on. And I want to clarify, you made this whole shirt. You didn't take a shirt and manipulate it. You made this whole shirt.
Yes, I did. And I have different necklines. This is kind of like a scoop neckline. We could do it in a V or V or square. So it comes up higher. Some ladies like it up higher. I have some with little scars they like to hide.
Square line's nice.
Yes, and we can do sleeveless or short sleeve or long sleeve. And then...
And this outfit's a little bit dressier?
Yes, it is. And this is, I made this especially for one of my models, and she's short, like most of my ladies. And what this is the skirt is made just like the pants. Okay, so we also have a pocket, and this has a vent in the back. So it's also very stylish without adding too much volume to the body, because that's another thing, you know, we try to be conscious of how we look.
And I love this part.
Okay, this is our jacket, and this comes out. You see this Velcros to the shoulder and to the sides, and it comes totally out. And I have shoulder pads that can also go in, and then you would Velcro this to the shoulder pad. So you could just buy the front.
Right.
And have many changes.
So you can make this outfit into a couple of different outfits, different looks for day and evening. And really smart, if you chose to get this in black, you can really have a couple of different outfits.
Yes, because I have some ladies, they like the, you know, the pullover top, so it's one look. And so then, and this is what made me think of it, because again, they struggle with trying to, you know, take it off and put it on. So this, you would Velcro the one side, and then you put it on, and you put it back together. So it's relatively easy.
And when you make these individual pieces for a special order, this is to their size. They don't say, I'm a size 10, I'm a size 12. You measure them, and these are made specifically for them.
Right, right. Because we have some ladies, of course, you know, the shorter ladies, they're petite, and now they're buying things that are petite and they're way too long. So we're trying to do all that at one time. So it doesn't have to be altered later.
Right.
Okay, so, you know, I have a 25-inch inseam, and I'm a petite, blah, 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 and we measure and we make it to that.
And when you walked in today, I loved your outfit. And amazingly so, this is one of your outfits. Very stylish, very flattering cut. And show us how this works.
So this has a seam that just goes up the side like that. Okay. I left my finger. And so you just basically, you could do it one of two ways. You can do it this way, and I just do top and bottom and then run my finger down it. Or you could, if you feel better about it, do it in the front, put your arm in, you know, that way. Okay. So depending what movement you have and are capable of doing.
And you paired that with a pair of pants that you made all together. And again, it's cut just like the pants and the Velcro on the side, but you still have your pockets.
Still have my pockets, most important.
Yes, you've got to have a place to put your cell phone and your keys and so forth. Another attention to detail that you have taken is the Velcro. You have special ordered Velcro. Most of the time you only see Velcro in white or black.
Right.
You have made the Velcro the color.
Yes, because I think it's important. Unfortunately, I couldn't get it quite in the mocha, but like the gray, I have, the gray is gray.
Okay.
So, you know, if I want to expand it a little bit, I can without it looking like it's not jumping out at you because it's white or black.
That is wonderful. I think this is a wonderful line of clothes that can make ladies feel very comfortable, but in daily coming out, and then also just getting it on and off.
Right.
They would really appreciate it.
Yes, and it's very soft. It's knit. I have an assortment of prints and colors for the pants because I can make any length pant. You know, capris, long pants, shorts, and I have several different styles skirts as well. And we'll be going into nightwear and undergarments in the future, and hopefully by next year we'll have men's clothing also.
Well, this is a wonderful line of clothing that you have designed. I love that it's specific to the lady. It's not a generic size. And we were talking about price a little bit, and you said on the average it's about $40 a piece for a custom-made outfit. That is not bad.
No, and because you have to take into consideration, you know, it doesn't do any good for me to make this for somebody if they can't afford to, you know, to buy it. And so I try to look out for, you know, everybody's pocketbook.
Well, it's very stylish clothes. We're glad you did it. And if you're interested in finding out more about Deborah's line of clothing, you can stop by at 4 o'clock on Thursdays in the Osprey room and meet her and chat with her about this line. Deborah, thank you for being here today and at Shell Point. You're making a difference with what you do. And I'm Mary Franklin. Make it a great day.
Well, folks, it's the last business day of the month, and you know what that means. We in the marketing department have been slaving over a hot stove, cooking up the next issue of Shell Point Life magazine. And today, you get to enjoy the fruits of our labors. Look in your mailbox this afternoon for the new August issue of Shell Point Life, and then be ready to sign up for all the new events and activities starting at 8:15 tomorrow morning at either service desk. Among the new articles is the latest in Steve Morton's series called Nature's Notebook, where he describes the unique trees and plants found in the landscaping of Shell Point. Of course, much of Shell Point's floral beauty comes from your own individual gardens, both at the Woodlands and the island. And everyone takes a different approach to growing things. Some people use square-foot boxes to grow their own vegetables. Others choose native plants to attract beautiful butterflies. And then we have new residents Tim Brady and Ellyn Ryan. They decided not to plant anything in the ground. After all, weeding is hard work. Instead, they arranged everything in giant pots and put chairs right in the middle of it so you can enjoy some peacetime just sitting amongst the beautiful plants and flowers, as well as a few hidden surprises. We asked the couple about their inspirational garden.
It's on my father's tombstone in the garden because that's where he spent all of his time. I was born and raised in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, Oshkosh B'gosh. My first early memories is I did not like gardening because my job in his garden was to weed. And it was never acceptable unless you pulled the weed out by the root. He'd take his flowers to the Wisconsin State Fair and always get first place. And one year, out of thousands of flowers, he got the cluster. So that gardening and the flowers has passed on to me.
Since I was 12 years old, I was always interested in photography. I always had my own darkroom. After college, and I became a metallurgist. I was in the steel industry in Portland, Oregon, and they would get me to come out and do the industrial photography. We were traveling the world independently, usually alone. We were both divorced, and we happened to meet at 35,000 feet over the South Atlantic.
I was going on a safari, and he was going on a garden tour coming from Portland, Oregon.
We spent a couple of 3 hours on that 15-hour flight or so to Cape Town, South Africa, which was where we were going. We toured 5 or 6 different countries in Africa on that trip, and we've made many, many trips since, and we've done most of the world.
That was 1997.
And we have been together ever since. We lived in a gated community, which were manufactured homes. We brought in huge boulders and that sort of thing to control the flooding that occurred during the excessive rain. And later on, I built a 35-foot long atrium. And actually, I grew orchids and bromeliads for several years. We started to develop a butterfly garden in our residence. And now we're real privileged to be across the street from a butterfly garden. And we had all the natural plants for the caterpillars and so on and so forth. And we've noticed since we came in here a couple of months ago that the butterflies are migrating now because we have lantana and a few of the same types of things as they have over there, and that the butterflies like. We brought the pots. The pots are a decent investment. We thought our concept was we didn't have to have bare soil here and have to be weeding it all the time. We could grow everything in a pot. And we will continue as the seasons change and grow tomatoes and whatnot.
This garden is an inspirational garden, and it's intended for the birds, the bees, the butterflies, the fairies, and the frogs. And it's for anyone to come to sit on that meditation bench or to sit here, and so that they can just come and enjoy it.
This is how you'll normally find it. That keeps the rabbits out. And you open it that simply. Anybody is welcome that wants to come into the garden.
Frogs are very important to the environment and to life. There's a pair of frogs there. Here's a very special frog, and he's got a happy face here, so it says joyous. Oh, there's a big frog right at your feet that has little treasures in it.
There's one over there by that pot.
Oh yes.
And this big ceramic frog we've had for 14 years, and it's been out in the sun all that time. You know, look at how bright the colors are. I think the Mexicans know a little more about ceramics than I do anyway.
People wonder why I say frogs. If you spell frog, F-R-O-G, it's first rely on God.
You've got a mermaid right next to you there. There's a number of turtles around here and there. Shells that we've collected over the years, they become homes for bees.
But we want bees to pollinate the flowers.
This is a delicious spinach, and the back of the leaves is purple, and so it's colorful too.
My daughter, when she was in high school, they asked her for her philosophy of life. And she's a very smiley and pleasant person. But I have kept this all these years.
There's a bench on the seawall here that is ideal for sitting and fishing. It's a comfortable spot to sit, and this canal here is reasonably loaded with fish.
This is very important to me because my family was a family of readers, and we believe that you are who you are because of the people and your experiences and the books that you read. And so when I became a teacher, and then I went on to become an education consultant and a reading specialist, life and books are very significant to us.
We structured this thing and then put the plant hangers on the outside of it. And so it's a memory garden and a lot of things in one.
We created it together, but he's the one that maintains it, and he does all the heavy work.
It's a beautiful place. That's one of the attractions of Shell Point. It is also a very beautiful place.
In this little plot of land are many seeds, some planted by the hands of man. This space of vegetables, plants, and flowers encourages you to linger for a few minutes or an hour. Inclement weather creates the strife, while sunshiny days are the energy of life. Designed for birds, bees, butterflies, fairies, and frogs, to nourish them and to be enjoyed by you and all. So enter and rest a while, meditate and contemplate the many blessings and abundance on your plate. If you look closely, you will see signs of love, peace, joy, and harmony. Peace is intended to calm the soul. It invites your spirit to meditate as a goal. The sounds of silence create a symphony of color and light, each harmoniously resonating God's might. Bonding with nature in a personal way keeps encumbrances and worries at bay. With additional strength, please leave this place, showing your love and serenity with a smile on your face. If this inspirational garden has given you peace and accord, with many thanks, for that is indeed our reward.
For those who want to visit, Tim and Joy Ellyn's garden is number 28 on the island, across the street from the Butterfly Garden. Just look at the pots and the sliding green door, you can't miss it. Now, because it's the final business day of July, this also means that the summer semester of the Academy has come to a close. Terry Colette is hard at work preparing a full lineup for the fall semester, which will be announced at the end of August. But first, Resort Services is here to talk about Wednesday's happenings.
Welcome to the Happening segment of Shell Point TV. Today is Wednesday, July 31st, and I'm Suzanne Zavada, and I'm here with Bev Chanley to go over everything happening at Shell Point today. Before we get into that, though, remember that today the Shell Point Life will be delivered and in your mailbox this afternoon. Now let's start with everything today at 8:30 with Beach Day at Delnor Wiggins State Park. Core pickups will begin at 8:30 on the Island, 8:40 at the Woodlands, and 8:50 at Eagles Preserve. Sign up is required. At 9 o'clock, we have the Round Robin Men's Doubles Tennis Group meeting out at the tennis courts at the Woodlands. And also at 9 o'clock, we have the Watercolor Group with Phil Hilton in the Art Studio on the Island. At 10 o'clock, the Ladies Bible Study Group will meet in the Osprey Room on the Island. And at 10:15, we have the Technology Question and Answer with Brian Gainey in the Social Center on the Island. Also at 10:15, we have the Model Yacht Sailing Club meeting out at the Commons Lake at the Woodlands. And at 11:30, we have a Health Connections, Agility and Flexibility in the Health Club on the Island, and this is closed. Now here's Bev for the afternoon.
Thanks, Suzanne. We're going to start out at 1 o'clock with chess. That'll be played in the Library Lounge on the Island. Then we have a 1:45 Health Connections class, Balance and Mobility Training Level 1 in the Health Club. That's currently full. And at 3 o'clock, we'll have a Bible study in the King's Crown Community Room. Also at 3 o'clock, we have a Health Connections class, Pilates Stretch in the Health Club. Our last 3 o'clock activity is the Memory Care Group. They'll be meeting in the 3rd floor craft room at King's Crown. Sign up is required. At 4 o'clock, Lily and Company Jewelers will be here for their weekly jewelry service. That'll be in the egret room. 4:30, the indoor bocce set will be set up down in the Health Club. And then we round out the evening at 7:15 with prayer and praise at the Village Church. Thank you for joining us here today, and we'll see you back here again tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Terry Coleth with your Academy information for Wednesday. At 9 o'clock, painting with Karen and Herb in the Sable Room of the Woodlands continues, and at 1:45, Flash Drive Prep School will take place in the Computer Teaching Center on the Island. This is the last day of the summer session for the Academy of Lifelong Learning. I hope the Academy has brought some excitement and joy to your summer and that you have found something of interest to enrich your life. Thank you for attending, and a special thank you to all of the presenters and all of their helpers, also to the Academy and hospitality volunteers. The brochure for the fall session will be in your mailbox and on www.shellpoint.net on Wednesday, August 21st. Then the fall session will begin on Monday, September 9th. I wish you a good month of August.
Menus for your Wednesday. In the Crystal Room, the Crystal Platter is baked cod with lemon caper sauce, baked sweet potato, and carrots. The dinner special is the pasta buffet for $8.95, and the soup of the day is black bean. In the Island Cafe for lunch, there's a Monte Cristo with side salad for $6.95. The dinner special is grilled shrimp for $7.95. In the Palm Grill on Wednesday, you can have grilled pork chops for $14.95 or poached cod for $15.95. Menus are available 24 hours a day at www.shellpoint.net.
Hi, I'm Randy Woods at the Village Church. It's my privilege to conduct the Village Church Choir. And as we sing together and share weekly in our worship services, often we're singing gospel songs. We sing some of the hymn texts that express the theology of our faith. And as well, we enjoy the opportunity to take the settings of Scripture and sing them from our hearts. Last year, we were privileged to have Craig Courtney with us. He's a gifted composer, arranger, the editor of Beckenhorst Press. But as a writer, he has taken many of the Scriptures and composed anthems expressing those biblical truths. One of the texts that we really enjoy singing is the text that comes from Isaiah chapter 43 that says, "Fear not, for I have redeemed you." He titles the anthem, "Be Not Afraid." It was our privilege to sing this anthem recently as we shared in the worship service Sunday morning, the anthem entitled "Be Not Afraid." And we were especially happy to have with us Valerie Knupp from Morgantown, West Virginia. She's a delightful lady and has a beautiful soprano voice. But for her heart to join with our hearts as a choir to sing this text is a great encouragement. As you listen to this text today, maybe you want to take your Bible and look at Isaiah chapter 43. Follow along verses 1 through 4 as the choir sings, "Be Not Afraid." I trust that this will be a great encouragement to you, not just the beauty of the music, but the truth of God's Word. It's a joy for us to sing and to share this truth together, and I pray that it'll be a blessing to you this day.
When you walk through the fire, you will not be
We're glad you joined us for today's show. Tune in tomorrow as we find out where a new ATM has been installed at Shell Point. We'll also talk to Paul Peterson, who spent decades collecting stamps, eventually growing to more than 1 million specimens. Until then, this is Shell Point Today for Wednesday, July 31st. I'm Rochelle Chernowski. From all of us here at Shell Point TV, we hope you have a great day, and we'll see you again tomorrow.